What's up, everyone? Ninja Goalie here. Got my co-host Volkuda. We're gonna be talking about the most affordable gaming PC setup in 2021. Yeah, let's get into it. Starting out with processor and motherboard.
So, like Goalie said, what you can get in 2021 that's affordable and is going to do what you want. So this is a rig that you're going to be able to play all of the AAA titles with. Maybe not on ultra settings. It's not going to be the best thing ever, but it should suffice. So, what we decided with the processor is we went with the AMD Ryzen 7 3800, which we found on Amazon surprisingly for only 342, which is really good for that processor, honestly. It's one of the higher end processors for the last generation, and it's going to work great.
That's what
And
I
it's
have in
target.
my PC. It runs fantastic.
Mm. Now, if you're planning on doing a streaming and gaming rig at the same time, that's where you're going to have some issues because most games it'll be fine. Goalie Goalie streams and plays on his all the time, and it's going to be great for the most part.
Yep.
But there are certain games that
There's a
it's too
select
heavy.
few games that I start lagging on my stream, dropping frames. Um, but we'll get into that in a couple episodes. We'll be talking about a gaming and streaming rig at the same time.
Yeah,
So that's another topic for another episode. So
yeah. So that's where we're going to say that this is just gaming. So hold out for the next video where we will get really into the actual gaming and streaming stuff, if that's what you're into. But as for a gaming rig, this is it. Um, in our opinion. Of course, there are things that you could change or you could probably find a better price
personal
on.
preferences. You can always watch sales on the two websites or more. We'll be naming two websites throughout this video today.
Yeah. Best prices were just split between Amazon and Newegg, which honestly, Amazon's got everything, and Newegg is a huge tech website. So that's where you usually go. Just in some cases, Amazon had the better price, so that's what we're going with, you know? To pair with that AMD CPU, the Ryzen 7, we actually went with the motherboard Asus TUF B450. It's a full-size ATX board, so room for expansion slots and just room for growth.
4 slots of DDR4.
Mhm. Which we're not going to populate in this
No.
video, but if you want to, that's totally up to you.
Yep.
Um, my suggestion is always run dual channel and only use two anyway. But if you want to populate all four because you want all that memory, go for it. It's your computer.
You can never go wrong with it.
And so speaking of that RAM, we actually went with a Crucial Ballistics 16 gig set. It's not the fastest memory. It's 3600 megahertz, but it's DDR4, decently fast, and it's good RAM. I actually have the Crucial Ballistics 32 gig in my system, and I've never come anywhere near using it all, and it's always just seamless.
Yep. Same. I don't have the crucial ballistics, but I have the 3600 megahertz, and yeah, it's great. But I've never maxed it out.
And that one was also on Amazon, and it was at $83. So we actually have two SSDs on here because if you know anything about computers, you have your faster SSD or your faster storage drive, and that's where you would normally install Windows. That way, you hit the power button and it starts right up. You don't have to wait. You don't have to hit the power button, go get a drink or whatever. You just can just start it up, sit down, and be ready. So we went with a Kingston A400 M.2 solid state. It's $30 on Newegg, and it's gonna save you a lot of time on startup. And
It,
it's 120 gigs, so like your two favorite games can go on there as well, and they're gonna boot up instantly. And then for your bigger capacity, where your Steam library is gonna go, or the games that you don't play as often, like not if
all your other games, pretty much any other game,
pretty much,
any other content. If you record content, anything else
yeah,
will go on that hard drive, and it's a one
solid
terabyte
state.
solid state, 1 terabyte.
Yeah, 1 terabyte solid state. It's the Team AX2 1 terabyte 2.5 inch solid state. It's 1 terabyte of capacity, and on Amazon it's $80. 1 terabyte of SSD, $80. That's worth it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for a terabyte. Yeah,
Yeah. So we're a few generations behind on this graphics card. We're not going with top of the line, mostly because you cannot find graphics cards easily. Um,
And
and
they are
prices are just
yes, they're
yeah,
way overpriced right now due to COVID.
yeah, COVID and shortages of materials. So like we went with the 1660 Super. Technically, this is a $300 card-ish, $300 or $400 card, but the cheapest we could find it was 589. Um, and I mean, honestly, right now, that's a good price.
Yeah, and you could
2 years
always
ago,
yeah, and you could always watch Newegg. They always have sales. Like right now, I'm looking at Newegg 530, 545. It just depends on what you say, what sales are going on between Amazon and Newegg. Just keep an eye out on both of them. But on Newegg, they are $600, so it is cheaper on Amazon. But unless they are on sale, they may be a little cheaper than Amazon.
as as of recording this video, we have to
Yes.
say that with all of these parts, these are prices at the time of recording. You could go watch this video in a few months and everything's dropped 10% or
Yeah.
whatever. So this is just at the time of recording, this is the best bang for your buck that we can find.
And the
Um,
1660 Super will run great on most games. It'll run everything except for a couple games at top tier graphics.
it's also what Goalie's wife has in her machine, and she uses it to play VR
It runs, oh
consistently.
yeah, it runs VR great. She plays Beat Saber and yeah, I think that's it, Beat Saber, and it runs fantastic.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a VR rig, it will work. For most games, it'll work great. It's definitely a good graphics card. It's not top of the line, obviously. It's not your 3090 or whatever, but
It
it's a good one.
it's good for an affordable gaming rig of 2021.
Mhm. And we're pairing all of this with the EVGA B5 650 watt. It's an 80 plus bronze certified. It's a good one. It's
Yep.
not the best, but it's fully modular and it's only $70. It's a good power supply. Not an amazing one.
And like I always say, you can never go wrong with too much power. So if you want more, there's always more. It's gonna be more expensive, but there is more. But 650 is all you'll need for this rig.
Yes, the estimated wattage on this rig is under 400. So a 650 watt is going to be just chef's kiss. Um, and then we get into the more your preference area of things. The case. We found the cheapest one out there. If you don't give a damn about your case, it's going to be just what is this? Fantex Eclipse. It's a mesh ATX. Basically, the only parameters that I'm going to tell you, make sure it's an ATX. And
Yes,
honestly,
mid
make
tower.
a big case. The bigger the case, the better the airflow. So if you can find a nice big case and you don't mind having a big case and you're not trying to do form factor, go with the bigger one, cram a bunch of fans in there, and just keep everything nice and cool. Especially like we live on the West Coast and it's hot as shit right now. So
Yeah. And speaking of fans, on Wig, I found a AIGO R15 5 pack of 120 millimeter RGB fans with a controller for $30. Or if you want to be a little cheaper, you could get 3 fans for $20. It just
and
depends.
if RGB is not your thing, I've also found a pack for $30 or $27 on Amazon.
Yeah. So
120 mil.
three more dollars, you can go RGB if you want. If you like the color and all that stuff, like I do, I like my PC lighting up, like stuff lighting up. It's cool personally. But if that's not your thing, save $3.
Basically, if you're under 30, you'll go with the $30 savings.
Yeah. Um, and then
Then, your peripherals and stuff, that's all on
peripherals,
you.
your
So,
monitor, your keyboards, your mouse,
yeah,
all that's
we're
up
not
to
going to
you.
spec all that out.
Yeah, that's all
Because,
personal preference. How big you want it. If you want it curved, if you want to spend $500 or $100, or that's all personal preference. It's all how you want it because that is all personal viewing.
yeah. So, this is literally just the PC, and it's a decent one. Like, I'd be happy with this one, except that I'm a nerd and I want the best of everything.
Yep, same, same, same.
But If you're trying to get into PC gaming and you want something that you are confident can run everything that's currently out, this is one that you do not have to worry. Um, but if you're just watching YouTube videos, go buy a laptop from Best Buy for $200. Like, get out of here with that shit. But for gamers, this is where it's at. This is a decent one, and it's fairly inexpensive
Yeah. Average
for
price was
2020.
what? $1,300, you said?
Yeah, so just under $1,400 for this build with everything I spec'd out. But like I said, there are
Which
things to
isn't bad.
change.
$1,300 is not bad for a good, decent quality gaming PC. Just play AAA titles at mid to full graphics.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't have much else to say. This is as good as it gets
Yep.
for decent price.
Yep. And if you guys would, don't forget to follow Nine Realms Gaming on YouTube and Nine Realms GG on Twitch and Twitter. And don't forget to follow me, Ninja Goalie, on Twitch. And also don't forget to follow Volkuda on Twitch. Give him some
Hey,
love.
thanks.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you guys later. We'll leave everything in the description. And peace out, everyone.